Hey, Red Day. I don't know if you guys saw my haircut. I'm so pissed. But here's me with my haircut. Oh, God, it's brutal. The things you promise your wife when you're sitting in a hospital bed. All right, guys. I'm good news. I came into school on Friday just to see Blue Day because I haven't met Blue Day yet. So you guys think about your Blue Day classes. Imagine if you hadn't met. You got Mr. Shapiro for Blue Day class, and you haven't met him yet. So they haven't met me yet. So that I had to get in on Friday just to say hi to them. I had to. Like that's too weird. I can't go till Thanksgiving. So my point is on Wednesday, I'm getting my last, I hope, round of tests, my last sort of blood draw. And my doctor thinks that on Friday I'm going to be able to come back in. So Friday with you guys. Wednesday I'm going to take the test. The results don't come back until Thursday afternoon roughly. And then Friday I'll be back in. I can't wait. I honestly can't. It was so good to be weird, but good to be back on Friday. I love this week. This is Veterans Day week. So we are going to look at sports and the military. We're going to look at it definitely through the lens of one man, or through two men, through Pat Tillman and then Muhammad Ali. In my opinion, they're both patriots. Pat Tillman, in case you don't know, was a professional football player making millions of dollars. He was an all-pro. That means he was one of the best in the world at his job. And on September 11th, he and his brother, who was a minor league baseball player at the time, so two people who were being paid to play sports, both resigned from their jobs and joined the Army Rangers, which is an elite special forces unit within our nation's military. Think about that for a moment. I get chills and goosebumps right now even thinking about it because I would never do that. I wouldn't give up my teaching job to go fight in the military. And I love our country. I honestly believe I love our country and I want it to do well. But I don't know if I would die for our country. I can tell you that. And Pat Tillman died for our country. And it's an amazing story. And I'm going to put together, I know a few of you guys know the story already. I have a couple, there's two videos you can watch. One's done by NFL Films and one's done by ESPN. They're both awesome. I'm really going to encourage you to watch both, but you only have to watch one of them later on this week. And then we're going to do Muhammad Ali when I come back. Because Muhammad Ali, on the other hand, did not fight in the Vietnam War. But I still think he's a patriot. And I'll get into that a little deeper when we get to Muhammad Ali. But Muhammad Ali was the heavyweight champion of the world, one of the greatest athletes in the world in the 1960s. The Vietnam War occurred, and he chose not to fight. He elected to not to fight. He was drafted, and he said that he was a pacifist. A boxer being a pacifist, right? That's one of the things we'll get into. And he didn't see a reason why he should kill them. His famous quote was, no Viet Cong ever called me blank, the N-word. And that was his statement. And I do believe America is about being able to make those statements. And that is a form of patriotism. I know not all of you will agree with that, and that's cool. That's what this class is about, okay? But we're going to look at Pat Tillman and then Muhammad Ali. But today we're going to kind of break in a little easy here because these are two intense stories. You will cry, I bet, with the Pat Tillman stuff if you don't know his deal especially. But I want to warm up. I want to first, this is like just kind of like a funnish way to approach it. I want you to look at all kinds of athletes, guys. Sadly, during World War II and the Korean War, we had a lot of soldiers who were athletes. Ted Williams famously was a fighter pilot who shot down enemy planes, and he was a Hall of Fame baseball player. Imagine that. Talk about accomplishments in life. So what I want you to do is I have a list here, but you also can just Google it. I want you to research an athlete who's also in the military. And we have definitely more. Like, isn't the long snapper from the Pats a Navy reservist? He was at the U.S. Naval Academy, and he's a Navy reservist. I don't know if you're going to find much information about him because there's more famous ones. But like Ted Williams, Bob Feller is another famous one. There's even the story of the Red Sox catcher who was a spy. His name escapes me now. So there's going to be, in World War II, he's a spy. Isn't that awesome? So anyways, what I want you to do is just answer some general questions. What job in the branch means like Air Force, Navy, Army, Coast Guard, no Space Force yet. The Marines would be the Navy, okay? What's their job? What's their role? Were they a soldier? Were they a boss? Were they a fighter pilot? Were they a general? All right. How many years? Any medals? And where did they serve? So what locations? Did they see any combat? Especially if you do modern ones, you might not get all of them. Could you find me a quote attributed to their military service? This one will be hard, I'll admit. And then why did they join the military? Were they drafted or were they a volunteer? So that's part one. Don't go crazy. Look at this, 20 minutes to 30 minutes. Don't go crazy. It's just to get you an appreciation. Right? These are pretty special people who would give up. And now not all of them were making millions, right? Ted Williams was making millions, but he was a very famous person. He risked it all, okay? Then I want you to look at high school sports, namely high school football and military bases. Over the years, I've had several military students. As you guys know, we have the labs here in Natick. We don't necessarily have like a ton of kids always moving in and out of the labs, but I've had more than my own share of students over the years who've come to Natick High just for a few months because they have a parent in the military, and now they're going to another part of the world or the other part of our country. So I had a young man who really brought this to me about 4 years ago because he not played at these ones, but he had experienced throughout his life a love of sports as he moved from military base to military base. So I want you to really respect and appreciate. Now you're going to look about the kids of soldiers, all right? The sons and daughters, namely sons here, but the sons and daughters of soldiers and what they go through. So here's a series of questions about one team, the Fort Campbell, Kentucky football team, which is a very good football team in the state of Kentucky, despite the fact that they don't know how many kids they're going to have from year to year because kids move. They don't know the mental state their kids are in. I mean, our country is at war, and some of you don't realize that. Our country's been at war your entire life, all right, in Afghanistan. I mean, we have been at war your entire lives. My own wife's her cousin, his husband was just in Afghanistan for over a year and missed the birth of his daughter, all right? Missed a year of his son's life, who's 3 years old. Coronavirus made him miss more of the birth. He's supposed to be back in time for the birth, but the coronavirus made him stay in Afghanistan for longer. I can't imagine that. So the extreme sacrifices these people make, whether you agree with war or not, I do think you need to respect someone who's willing to put it down for you. And again, this is my opinion. That's not, you don't have to believe that. I want you to believe your thoughts. And those sorts of thoughts are going to come up at the end of this unit when you reflect on both Pat and Muhammad, all right, and where they are on your own thoughts with this, okay? So I'm babbling because I really do enjoy this unit. You don't need to watch all of these, all right, or listen to all of them. I think the way I set it up, you could do one of them and you're going to be all right. This is very long, all right, but I think it's great. And the writer, Andy Staples, is one of my favorite writers. That's a great read, okay? But if you're like, whatever, Mr. Maloney, like, I like it, but I'm not, going to go crazy, watch this or listen to this, excuse me. It's an 8-minute radio show that dives into it a lot. All right. Again, I rambled. I'm sorry. This is a good one. Tomorrow we're going to dive into Pat, and then we'll get into Muhammad, I think, when I get back. But right around Veterans Day week, we do this on purpose. Very important. And then in years past, I have gotten into Kaepernick and the anthem around this. I do think they're separate in a sense. The anthem, more of like a freedom of speech thing than necessarily like us talking about the military in sports. But I have also addressed, like you guys saw this week, if you watch the football on Sunday, the NFL really supporting the troops. And now that makes some people uncomfortable. There's no doubt about it. And I am conflicted with that often at times. Is a Saturday afternoon or a Sunday afternoon watching sports supposed to be a time where we decompress and get away from those thoughts? Or, hey, you know what? No, you need to do the anthem. And we need to have flyovers. You need to have celebrations for the troops because of what they do for us, what they sacrifice for us. All right. Well, anyways, there you go, guys. And again, I'll see you on Friday. Seniors are going to be all right when we get grades in. Like, you're going to be all right, seniors. Everyone else chipping away. Trying to think that's it. I'll be on my email a lot more. So if you have any stressors right now, please reach out to me. I'm going to be my email way more this week. I'm just way better, guys. I'm not. My energy is back to good old Mr. Maloney energy. Besides my flow. Oh, my God. It's sad. All right. Bye.